So guys, what's going on? Now, normally on my videos, you'll see me reviewing things like keyboards, mice, speakers, microphones, all that good stuff. Now, the one thing I'm yet to review is any form of like portable SSDs or SSDs or in general. I've done one about an M.2, but that was pretty much just an installation. Now, today we're looking at something a little bit different. This is going to help me out massively, and it might help you out as well. This is the Oracle USB 4.0 portable SSD. Yeah. Now, first of all, I'm just going to get this all out. And before you have anything to say about the design, I'll get into that in just a second. So, what we get inside the box, first of all. So, what we get in the box is a user manual. This is going to tell you everything about you need to know about getting it connected up. We do get a USB to USB Type-C cable, or we get a 40 gigabit per second USB to USB Type-C. Now, this is going to allow you to transfer up to 40 gigabit per second. Now, that sounds a lot, and I understand why. But then we get the ORICO portable 1TB SSD. Now, the colour is definitely unique, obviously with a white, yellow, red and blue, and of course with a silver on the outside. And you're probably just thinking, yeah, it's probably just one of those normal SSDs. No, it's not. So the reason it's yellow, blue, red and white is due to the conception of that it's supposed to make it look flat because of the design. And this is from a concept from a famous Dutch painter from, I think, the 1930s, who actually came up with this concept for the actual design of it to make it look flat. So that's where the design has pretty much come from. So let's talk a little bit about the SSD. So this SSD has been made backwards compatible and allowing up to 3000 megabyte per second read speeds. But it has also been made with an advanced control chip as well, allowing you to transfer data from device to storage or storage to device smoothly and stable without having any physical interruptions. It's quite cool. So, like any other SSD, this can be used for simply just transferring photos, videos, music, files. If you're an on-the-go editor or photographer and you want to take this with you, be my guest. It does the exact same, just at a higher transfer speed. But of course, we are going to go over to the computer in a second, and we're going to show you the difference between everything from a 3.5-inch drive, 2.5-inch drive, SSD, M.2 SSD, and of course, the portable Oracle 1TB SSD. So let's go do that now. So we have a little bit of a different setup going on here. As you can see the screen, on the left hand side I have Crystal Disk. So this is going to show us our read and write speeds of whatever drive we can select. So we do have a C drive, which is a standard 2.5-inch SSD. We have a D drive, which is a 3.5-inch 3.5-inch hard drive. F drive is a 4TB 3.5-inch hard drive. G drive is an NVMe 500, and the N drive is an NVMe 1TB. Jesus, that took a long time to say that. So what we're going to do is get these set up, actually read and write speeds, but what we need to do is actually get our little guy here set up. So if you do have the availability, use the USB Type-C port as well as the USB Type-C in your computer if you have the availability. So I'm going to do that now. So I did get a little noise there, but it hasn't come up on here. We need to create a volume. So what we need to do is go over the search, and then what we need to search in here is, we need to go to create or format hard disk partitions. That's what we need to do. So we need to load up this, and we'll scroll all the way down to here. So I've got here disk 14 basic, 953.87 gig unallocated. So what we need to do is create a simple volume. Click next, leave that the same, click next. E, I'm going to have mine as Z, click on next, and I'm going to name it. So I'm going to name it what it is. So it's a 1 TB Oracle. Is it Oracle? Oracle. So I'm going to name mine 1 TB Oracle so we know which one we're dealing with. Click on next, click on finished, and there we go, it's done. So as you can see on the PC part, we have 1 TB Oracle and it is completely empty. So what I will do is I'm going to stick up some pictures from Crystal Disk of roughly what each of the drives, I think there should be 2, 4, 5, 6 pictures in total of all the different drives and what they are, whether 3.5-inch SSD, 2.5-inch, all that good stuff. But what we are going to do now is a basic file transfer. It's as simple as it can possibly get. So what we're simply going to do is grab a file and just transfer it between the drives, and you'll be able to see roughly what the speeds are. So if I start off with, say, stock, so at the moment I'm running a 2.5-inch SSD Kingston drive. I think it's only about a 250, yeah, 250 gig drive. That's all I use as my boot drive. And then, of course, we have the 1 terabyte Oracle, which is down here, which is now my Z file. So what I am going to do is grab a local file. So have we got anything on the desktop? No. So quickly transfer a local file over. YouTube, this is a, what size is this? Nope, don't want to use that one. So go public, complete. We'll grab this one. This is a 5.2 gig file. So we'll put this over to my desktop. As you can see, I'm transferring to my desktop, which is the Kingston SSD. It's only about 110, but I am transferring it from a local server. So that doesn't really count. So I have my local disk here, my local file. This is on the actual local disk, which is the Kingston SSD 250 gig. So what I do is I have a 3.5-inch drive. This is where I keep just random stuff, nothing that I really need, like a couple of YouTube files, gardening. And what we're going to do is transfer between a 2.5-inch SSD and a 3.5-inch hard drive. So we'll swap that over. So as we can see, we're currently getting 400 megs per second, 500 megabytes per second, which isn't too bad, going from an SSD. But then we get the drop. This always happens with this sort of stuff. I know there is different ways to fix it, but I don't really want to because I don't need to anymore. So as you can see, we got highs of 500 and lows of 100, 110, 109, which isn't exactly the best, but isn't the worst, which is fine. So I don't need that anymore, so I'm just going to quickly delete that one. Then we're going to try it on a 4 terabyte 3.5-inch drive. This is where I keep all my games. So we're going to try and transfer this over. So we've got highs of 500 going down to 260, 280. Not the worst, but not the best. So we'll let that do its thing. There we go. Knock that off. And then what we're going to do is transfer to a 500 gig NVMe. So we'll transfer that over. There we go. So we've got constant 500 megabits per second. That's not bad. I can cope with 500 megabytes per second. You got to remember the price of NVMe's as well. NVMe's are not a cheap form of storage. They're an amazing set of storage, don't get me wrong. This is the NVMe 1 terabyte. I think this is the Samsung Pro 970 Evo, I think. And again, 500 megabytes per second. Obviously not too bad, not too great. Wait till that. So like I said, 5.5 gig file, not that bad. So if you are making films or videos that are at, like upwards of a few gig, then fair enough. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting the file onto the actual Oracle itself, and then when it's there, I'll show you exactly. Because at the moment we're utilizing the local disk at around 500 megabytes per second, which, don't get me wrong, transferring speeds of 500 megabits per second is really good. But we need to try and find out the speed of the 1 terabyte Oracle. So if I want to transfer a file from, say, an NVMe 1 terabyte to the Oracle or vice versa, we'll roughly get a better picture of see how fast it can actually go. So I'm just transferring the file over to the Oracle at the moment. It's capped at 110 because that's all my server allows at the moment. I have a switch on the way that's going to change that, but at the moment that's all it allows. So what I'm going to do is grab this over here. NVMe 1 terabyte Oracle, swap. 2 gig per second, 1 gig per second, done. Then if we transfer from the NVMe to the 1 Oracle, I'll have to delete that file. Transfer that over. So that's the speed I'm getting from the NVMe, which is 680 constant. Still not bad. So all in all, we're getting some great speeds. Obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of everything to do with read and write speeds. I'm not that way inclined. I know roughly what an SSD is. I know what it does. And I know this one is extremely fast. But what we are going to do, I'm going to stick up some photos now of roughly the difference between them. So we're going to start off with the local disk of what that is. So the local disk, again, is a Kingston 250 gig SSD. So what we're going to do is do a quick preparation here of what we get from the local drive. And then I'll show you the images in just a second. So what we can see from here, I've just run Crystal Disk on the 2.5-inch SSD, and as we can see, we've got the read and write speeds all listed there. So what we're going to do is go to the next one, which is a 3.5-inch. We're going to do the 4 terabyte one, and we'll go on to the next one from there. So I'll be back in a second. 4 terabyte is F. Click on that. Start all. So we're going to test out the read and write speeds of a 4 terabyte 3.5-inch drive. This is just pretty much where I keep all my games, just so nothing else is interrupted. So we'll go to when it's actually finished. So, and now we can see this is the result of a 4TB 3.5-inch drive. Not the greatest, but not what they're intended for. I think they're pretty much just intended for mass storage. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but that's roughly what I'm getting. That's what I use them for anyways. So what we're going to do there is test an NVMe 1TB. Obviously, these are some of the newest ones out there, the new NVMe's. They're extremely expensive. Obviously, the higher you go. But we'll see what that comes off with. And then, of course, we will test the Oracle. So we have just finished the test for the 1TB NVMe, and as we can see, the read and write speeds are pretty fucking good. So I've got everything from sequential down to 4K. I believe that's 4K rendering, don't quote me on that. But what we're going to do now is do a test for the Oracle. So Oracle is Z, so we're going to select the Z file. I'm going to click on all, and we'll come back when it's done. So there we go, that is the disk speed for the 1TB ORICO portable SSD. Now I will put an image up right now of what they were all together with their names above so you can see roughly what the comparison is. But I have to admit, for a portable SSD, like I said, a portable SSD, to actually have speeds, read and write speeds up to 1000 meg or 1 gig per second or 1000 meg per second really is incredible. I've never experienced that before. The portable SSDs I normally use, we're going to find it. Most portable SSDs that you get online will actually have like a 2.5-inch drive in them like this. Like some of the ones I use to just like bulk store my YouTube videos, that's normally where they live. And if you crack open the housing, that's probably what you're going to find. But with the Oracle, it's a tad bit different. That's not something I'm going to crack open because it's actually really good. So if you definitely think this is going to be something that you want or need and something you're going to benefit from, I definitely do recommend you check the links in the video description. There'll be a link there so you can go check one out for yourself. But I have to admit, I was really surprised. And especially if you are like a low-level content creator like me, you know, I don't have a lot going, but having the ability to transfer, you know, files, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 15 gigabyte video files at about 2 gig per second or more, I can't complain from that. Makes my productivity 10 times better, especially when I'm transferring files from there to the server, just so I don't have to worry about them clogging up files on my actual PC. So I definitely have to recommend. I love the thing. It is amazing. So, like I said, links will all be in the video description if you want to go check them out. If this video did help you in any way, shape or form, please do drop them down in the comment section. If I missed anything, put that in the comment section as well. Something to allow me to do a little bit better next time. But as always, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. And as always, I hope you have an amazing day.